China economy strong, building strong economy, economy for China, for China. Hello, it is Argon Templar here, and once again we are going to report on the strongest nation in the world and the strongest economy in the world, that of China, and its quest to become a superpower, which is a topic we frequently cover on this channel because China economy is just that strong. I tried not covering it, but China economy is just too strong. Anyways, today we're going to talk about how the Chinese are optimizing their economic growth by intentionally killing the pedestrians they hit. Why did they do this? Well, we're going to read the article, and I will explain the brilliance of China economy. After all, this is China moment. Look both ways. Pedestrians wait for the light to change in central Beijing. Um, Implying that people wait at lights in China. People, in my experience, Chinese people never wait for lights. They just run across the street. Because standing for light to change means GDP grows slower. Because on average, people might spend like 10 minutes a day um, waiting for lights to change, and that's like an extra 1% of time they could be spending making China economy strong, and that brings down GDP growth. Anyways, so in April, a BMW racing through a fruit market in Fusan in China's Guangdong province knocked down a 2-year-old girl and rolled over her head. As the girl's grandmother shouted, "Stop! You hit a child!" The BMW's driver paused, then switched into reverse and backed up over the girl. You see, because women can't carry as much as men, they slow GDP growth, so he was doing his patriotic duty to the Chinese state. Women can't carry heavy loads, it's slow GDP growth. So that guy was a hero. When she finally got out for the BMW, the unlicensed driver immediately offered the horrified family a deal. "Don't say I was driving the car," she said. "Say it was my husband. We can give you money. Your child is dead, but you get cash settlement from China." It's kind of like how their products work, minus the cash settlement. It's like, we put mercury in your toys. Your kid get brain damage, but China give you money? I don't know. It seems like a crazy urban legend. No, given what we know about China, this is obviously not urban legend. In China, drivers who have injured pedestrians will sometimes then try to kill them. Sometimes. And yet not only is it true, it's fairly common. Security cameras have regularly captured drivers driving back and forth on top of victims to make sure that they are dead. Um, the Chinese language even has an added phenomenon, which just shows how excellent China is as a country. Because every language should have an adage for killing people you mildly injured with your car. It's better to it's better to kill than to hit and injure, and there is a very good reason for this. Disabled people make GDP grow slower. China could be spending money, I don't know, building some factories or some shit instead of caring for disabled people. They're a drain on the state treasury. It's why they make sure people die before they reach old age. A 2011 television report features security footage of a dusty white Passat reversing at high speeds and smashing into a 64-year-old grandmother. The Passat's back wheels bounce up over her head and body. The driver, Zhao Zhao Cheng, stops the car for a moment, then hits the gas, causing his front wheels to roll over the woman. Then Zhao shifts into drive, wheels grinding the woman into the pavement. Zhao is not done. Twice more he shifts back and forth between drive and reverse, each time thudding over the grandmother's body. He then speeds away from her. He was then granted a Hero of China because killing old people mean no state pension. something like that. Incredibly, Zhao was not found guilty of intentional homicide because he probably bribed the judge, accepting Zhao's claim that he thought he was driving over a trash bag. The court of whatever sentenced him to just 3 years in prison for negligence. Because in a Western country, that would probably be like first-degree murder, or at least second-degree murder. Zhao's case was unusual only in that it was caught on video. As the television anchor noted, you can see online an endless stream of stories talking about cases similar to this one. Double hit cases have been around for decades. I first heard of hit-to-kill phenomena in Taiwan in the mid-1990s when I was working there as an English teacher. A fellow teacher would drive us to classes. After one near miss of a motorcyclist, he said, "If I hit someone, I hit him again and make sure he's dead." Enjoying my shock, he explained that in Taiwan, if you cripple a man, you must pay for the injured person's care for a lifetime. But if you kill the person, you only have to pay once, like a burial fee. He insisted he was serious and that this is quite common. Of course, there's no like moral qualms to intentionally running over people, including small children, because that is selfish Western individualism. Most people agree that the hit-to-kill phenomena stems at least in part from perverse laws on victim compensation. Yes, that's obviously the reason. It's not any kind of cultural thing. In China, the compensation for killing a victim in a traffic accident is relatively small, ranging from 30,000 to 50,000. And once the payment is made, the matter is over. So in China, you can basically kill someone by hitting them with your car, and then it's like only 30 to 50K. You can't hire a hitman for that amount of money. Um, by contrast, paying for lifetime care for a disabled survivor can run into the millions. The Chinese press recently described how one disabled man received about 400K for the first 23 years of his care. Drivers who decide to hit and kill do so because killing is far more economical. Okay, you only had to pay $30,000 for driving, $70,000 for driving over a grandmother 5 times. Okay, well that's good. A video, he hits a 3-year-old boy, knocking the child to the ground and rolling over his skull. The driver then shifts his BMW into drive and crushes the child again. Remarkably, the driver that's out of the BMW puts the vehicle in reverse and guides it with his hand as he walks the vehicle backward over the boy's crumpled body. The man's foot is so close to the toddler's head that if alive, the boy could have reached out and touched him. The driver then puts the BMW in drive again, running over the body one last time as he drives away. Here, too, the driver was charged only with accidentally causing a person's death. He claimed to have confused the boy with a cardboard box or trash bag. How many people, like, back up to run over a trash bag? Well, that's just, like, he's just doing his part to make China economy strong. Garbage disposal cost the government of China money. If you crush garbage in advance, trucks can carry more of it, I guess? Police rejected charges of murder or even fleeing the scene of the crime, ignoring the fact that the driver ran over the boy's head as he sped away. Uh-huh. Yep. These drivers are willing to kill not only because it's cheaper, but also because they expect to escape murder charges. In the days before video cameras became widespread, it was rare to have evidence that a driver hit the victim twice. Except if they, like, like, it was obvious that they did, because there'd be two different sets of broken bones. Even in today's age of cell phone cameras, drivers seem confident that they can either bribe local officials or hire a lawyer to evade murder charges. Let's see here. Perhaps the most horrific of these hit-to-kill cases are the ones where the initial collision didn't injure the victim seriously, and yet the driver came back and killed the victim anyways. The toddler was only dazed by initial blow and immediately climbed to his feet. Eyewitnesses say the boy went to fetch his umbrella, which had been thrown across the street by the impact, when the truck reversed, crushed him, this time killing him. Despite eyewitness testimony, the county chief of police declared that the truck had never reversed, never hit the boy a second time, and that the wheels never rolled over the child. Meanwhile, one outraged website posted photographs appearing to show the child's body under the truck's front wheel. In each of these cases, despite video and photographs overwhelmingly showing that the driver hit the person at least 5 or 6 times, the driver ended up paying the same compensation jail time they would have had they merely injured the victim. With so many hit-to-kill drivers escaping serious punishment, the Chinese public has sometimes taken matters in their own hands. In 2013, a crowd in whatever beat a wealthy driver who killed a 6-year-old after running over him twice. Um, yeah. Of course, not every hit-to-kill driver escapes serious punishment. One man um, hit a bicyclist in Xi'an and returned to make sure she was dead, even stabbing her to death with a knife. He was convicted and executed. Good. In 2014, another driver was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Both Taiwan and China have passed laws attempting to eradicate hit-to-run cases. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I think, guys, though, this just shows the kind of society that China is. Because in Western countries, most people would probably see this and be utterly shocked and be like, guys, that's really messed up that they're fucking running people over multiple times. And they might call someone who could run a child's head over with their car on purpose a sociopath, or the kind of person who should be executed or locked up for the rest of their lives. But China is just too strong for that. China is on the path to world greatness, and if they have to crush the skulls of some children to get there, well then, you know what they say. China economy so strong. Killing people and hit and run crashes make economy strong. Bodies can be used as fertilizer or fuel for factories. Calcium and bones make supplements to send to Yankees. So that's like they use the body parts. Actually, in China, they have mobile execution vans, where when they execute people, they take their organs and sell them, or give them to party officials. So that is China economy strong. Please join me in celebrating the incredible country that China is. This is Argent Templar signing out.